Good. One more. One more. Beautiful. Good. Let's take our time. Let's just set it up even calmer. As he comes. There you go. Good. Beautiful. One more. There you go. Beautiful. That region. Anytime you move, that should be that. That should be that. Yeah. And then the controls down the middle. All right.
Yeah. That's what
control, smooth, relax.
Anthony Joshua's preparation for Jake Paul is shown in a far more raw and realistic way. Instead of dramatic slow-mos and highlight shots, the first episode of All Access puts viewers right inside the everyday intensity of a heavyweight training camp. Netflix follows Joshua as he walks into the gym huge, focused and surprisingly light on his feet. From there, the episode switches between his explosive workouts and the quieter moments where he studies his form, tweaks his technique, and works on mobility. His power training, conditioning sessions, and detailed technical drills create a stark contrast that becomes the centerpiece of the episode. A fighter who can move from lifting serious weight to flowing into sharp, disciplined boxing work without losing rhythm.
Picture of AJ from his Instagram on Saturday night, right? And he was like in with, was it Skins, I think? Skins. Yeah. With two girls, right? Going, great to be out at the gym, enjoy. You know. So my mate sent me a message going, are you happy about this? Right? Going, yeah, I know, yeah. He goes, and I was quite surprised. I was like, oh, he didn't stop saying how tired he was the other day. Do you know what I mean? So I sent him a message going, not too late, please. Yeah. And he comes straight back with a picture of me on the couch going, this is me now, don't worry.
The good thing is though, if people are like from his camp, they'll be naive enough to go, oh, he's out and about. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't take it this seriously. You got to tick all boxes with boxing because it's physical. So you got to do your strength conditioning. You know, you got to have strong legs. That's your foundation. You got to have good core, which is important. You got to have good stamina because you want to be working, exploding on your opponents. It's the first one to get tired. You break your opponent down, and when he starts getting tired, you pounce on him. The most important is the training with your coach and the sparring. When you've got your strength, your legs are strong, your core strong, you're fit, you then go and work on your technique and how to improve.
In Joshua's camp, the pad sessions come across almost like a form of controlled meditation. His coach fires off combinations, and you can see Joshua's instincts take over then refine themselves. He's constantly tightening his guard, changing angles, loosening his shoulders, and only tensing up when it's time to deliver real power. These scenes make it clear that his training isn't about looking explosive for the cameras. It's about shaping raw strength into accurate, efficient punches, shots that land with intention, not just force. The focus is on turning his size into one-punch effectiveness while still keeping his balance and saving enough energy to handle 8 tough rounds. Netflix captures how deliberate every step is. From the bursts of aggressive footwork to the calm moments where he resets his stance and brings his guard back with discipline.
Beautiful. That's beautiful boxing. Good. That's lovely, Josh. And again, pop that long jab. There you go. And again. There you go. Good. Beautiful. Pop that long one too. Up on your show. Good. One more. One more. Beautiful. Good. That's what we've got to bring him on to. Nobody can take them. Who can take them? Nobody. Yeah. Downstairs. Beautiful. Good. Set him up again with that feint. Breathing, fainting. That's it. Nice and calm. Beautiful. We go with that 1-2 again. Cool. There you go. Beautiful. As long as you do the timing on it, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Because early on, if you look for power, you waste energy. Exactly. Then that power evaporates. When they're tired, you ain't got the power to take them out. So you've got to open up in the gap for no reason. So just relax, flow.
Just pop off that region.
You were saying.
Just pop off that region. Anytime you move, that should be that. That should be that. Yeah. And then the controls down the middle. All right.
Yeah. That's what.
Sparring is portrayed as organized chaos, realistic, tough, and designed to expose every detail of Joshua's game. He cycles through multiple sparring partners, each picked for a specific purpose. Some push his speed, others force him to deal with southpaw angles, and a few come in simply to test how well he holds his composure under pressure. The rounds are intense, but nothing is left to chance. The coaches don't cheer when something lands, they clap to signal tiny corrections, treating every shot Joshua takes as something to break down like a strategic mistake. It's a constant loop of testing, fixing, and sharpening. That's the rhythm of the camp, repetition that transforms athletic ability into dependable performance on fight night. Netflix highlights the quiet moments to the measured breathing between rounds, the brief glove taps, the short conversations with partners, and the subtle adjustments that show Joshua is always reading the ring and recalibrating. The heavy back portion captures the raw engine of Joshua's power, every punch echoing with control rather than chaos. He isn't just swinging, each shot has intention. His combinations glide together with purpose, stiff double jabs, stepping hooks to the body, and crisp right hands powered by clean hip rotation and smart foot positioning that mirrors real fight angles. The episode shows him switching gears throughout the workout. One round is an all-out 3-minute push meant to test his lungs and legs, while the next slows down so he can focus on finer details, where his feet land, how his wrists align on impact, and how cleanly he resets his stance. The bag almost becomes his training partner, forcing him to stay sharp even while exhausted. Netflix captures the sweat, the discipline, and the laser-focused attention that define these sessions, turning simple bag work into a demanding exercise in precision under fatigue.
He was smashing the heavy bag in camp. Will he become 3-time world champion?
The episode also slows down to show Joshua's recovery moments, hooked up to a breathing mask and monitored for heart rate, making it clear that this isn't some flashy celebrity-style camp. It's a calculated rebuild after the knockout he suffered in 2024. A phase where every session is designed to answer doubts and sharpen his skill set. Netflix reveals the stakes behind the grind through the conditioning work that most fans never see: brutal sled drives, steep hill runs, awkward weighted carries, explosive med ball throws, and short bursts inside the ring. All of it has one purpose: allowing a huge heavyweight to move with the quickness of a much smaller fighter. His coaches walk a tightrope, keeping his power intact while making sure he's fast enough for an 8-round, high-pressure fight where there's no room for slow build-up. They talk strategy like a countdown, and that urgency bleeds into every mid-session, every sparring round, every drill. Yet, the show also softens the edges by capturing Joshua with his teammates and family moments that remind viewers why the grind matters and what fuels him beyond the physical work. As the episode closes, Joshua steps back into the ring calm and locked in, the final shots hinting that this camp isn't just about building muscle, it's about building intention. Every correction, every repetition, every hard round is pointed toward one night, and Netflix gives a glimpse of both the visible effort and the hidden work that shape a contender.
Last minute, mate. That'll do you then. Uppercut. Good. Right hand. Good. 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 Left hook high. Good. Uppercut high. And again.
The boxing world has been split with strong opinions as the Joshua versus Jake Paul showdown approaches. Former champion David Hayes sparked controversy during an appearance on Sky News, arguing that Paul is taking an almost reckless gamble by stepping in against a heavyweight as seasoned and physically imposing as Anthony Joshua. Hay labeled Paul a major underdog and even floated the idea that the fight shouldn't go ahead, warning that Joshua's clean, heavy punches could cause real damage if the referee doesn't react quickly. Not everyone shares that extreme view. Louis Durkin, president of the Association of Ringside Physicians, told USA Today Sports that he sees no unusual medical danger in the matchup. While he acknowledged Paul's disadvantage in size and experience, he emphasized that Paul has legitimate boxing ability and that Joshua is slightly past his absolute prime, making an 8-round contest reasonable. Durkin believes many fans confuse the question of whether Paul earned the fight with whether the fight is unsafe, and in his view, the bout does not present any exceptional health risks. Jake Paul's own family reacted with shock when he broke the news in a series of FaceTime calls featured on his YouTube channel. His mother's instinctive response was fear. His father initially thought he was joking, and Logan Paul froze in disbelief before expressing a mix of excitement and worry, echoing the reactions of fans across social media. Despite their concerns, Paul remains confident. He has already taken on high-risk opponents, including Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and an aging Mike Tyson, but stepping in with Joshua is a completely different tier of danger. Joshua's punching power, proven against top names like Wladimir Klitschko and Alexander Povetkin, makes this leap far greater than any challenge Paul has faced before. Saudi boxing chief Turki Alalshik added fuel to the fire by bluntly stating he hopes Joshua knocks Paul out, arguing it would simplify future matchmaking. He warned that if Paul somehow wins, it would imply Joshua is finished and force officials to consider Paul for real rankings. Alalshik insists Joshua can end the fight emphatically and even said he hopes the performance is one-sided. Still, not everyone expects an early demolition. Rising heavyweight Lawrence Okolie suggested Joshua might avoid rushing for a quick knockout and instead choose to let the fight unfold round by round, adding yet another layer to the growing debate surrounding this unprecedented matchup.